are live with another episode of Comic Talk. It's that show brought to you by The Key, where we talk about this week's new comic book releases. For those of you who don't know, new comics come out every Wednesday at your local comic shop. Go to comicshoplocator.com to find a comic shop near you. But no matter what, Marvel, DC, Image Comics, Dynamite Entertainment, any sort of indie comics, they all drop at your local comic shops on Wednesdays, and we're here every Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com/The Keeg Show, or on Spotify, or on Apple Podcasts, to talk about all the comics that came out this week that we could read in 24 hours. I'm your host, Dimithri Perera, and if you're watching us live, you're watching us on youtube.com/The Keeg Show, or maybe you're listening to the podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to podcasts. If you're listening to us, you can't see who our guest is, but if you're watching us, you can. It is Joshua Ling, Joshua Stephen Ling on social media. What's up, Joshua?
What is up, Dimitri? I'm super stoked.
Were you excited for this week in comics?
I didn't think I was. It just, there weren't a ton of heavy hitters for me this week, but I read some really great stuff. So I was shocked a little bit.
That's the thing about weeks, is that even if you're not excited for something, kind of what's cool is maybe you get to discover something new. There's always something good. And if you didn't read anything good this week, you just aren't reading the right ones or enough or whatever, you know? I don't
take a little risk.
Yeah. How to take a risk, I don't know, but I mean, I get my recommendations from you, from the other guests on the show, the Comic Talk crew, but I'm hoping the viewers and listeners, I mean, they're listening to get recommendations off of us, hopefully. Yeah. Unless they're like, well, Joshua and Dimitri have the worst taste, so whatever they say, I'm gonna not read that.
I'm gonna read everything they didn't discuss.
Yeah,
which is fine too, just as long as you're reading comics.
Correct? Yeah, I mean, it's the adage of look, call me anything you want as long as you call me, Yep. So, there's a lot of good books out there, as long as you're out there supporting the local comic shops, or even if you're not, even if you're just here to listen to the show, welcome. Yeah. If you're out there, like, comment, subscribe, follow, jump in the chat, let us know you're out there. We've been dropping a lot of YouTube shorts and stuff. That's been a new thing. Not just the quantity of shorts and clips that we've been dropping on different platforms, but also YouTube shorts. It's just a weird, I don't know, I've never been a very big YouTube shorts guy, but
here we are.
We've been throwing it up there. So, there's stuff we're going to be talking about, and maybe it'll be clipped for that. What was your reading list for this week?
It was long. Mostly because
you did read a lot.
I stayed up really late last night. I read ThunderCats Ho liday special. Just a great holiday read. Mm-hmm. Exquisite Corpses #8 from Image Comics. ThunderCats was from Dynamite. And then I read Mortal Thor #5 from Marvel Comics. Black Cat #5. Planet She-Hulk #2. Alien versus Captain America #2. Black Panther Intergalactic #1. Book of Revelation #3. The Last Wolverine #3. Absolute Flash #10. Titans #30, which was a round of the DCKO Fight Month. DCKO Harley Quinn versus Zatanna. TMNT Casey Jones, and Endeavor #2 from Distillery.
Awesome. That's a good amount. Also, it's a good spread across Marvel, DC, Distillery, Image, all that stuff.
Yeah.
IDW. So good
Try
for
to
you.
Spread it out.
People have said that oh, why don't we have a show just for indie comics? And it's well, we won't do that. We can't do that. That's, That's sure. But, but we can talk more about indie comics here and expand our horizons and whatnot. So I'm actually interested in the indie comics that you read. But what is your pick of the week? Oh no, I'm not even gonna ask you what your pick of the week is because I gotta go through my list. I forgot that. All right, so in no particular order, DCKO Harley versus Zatanna, Titans number 30, which was Cyborg versus Swamp Thing. I also read Exquisite Corpses number 8 from Image Comics. I read Planet She-Hulk number 2, Alien versus Captain America number 2, Absolute Flash number 10, Nightwing 133, Batman Superman World's Finest 46, Superman the Kryptonite Spectrum 5, and Wonder Woman 28. There were other books on my list that I didn't get to read, and it's just the way the cookie crumbles. Instead, what I read, which is kind of funny, and it's like, I'm getting paid the big bucks to have this show. Big bucks being whatever I can scrounge together on Patreon. Patreon.com/The Keeg Show. But no, not the big bucks. But I spent a lot of time. I reread Kingdom Come.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And I love Kingdom Come. It's one of my favorites. But then I realized, I haven't read it in years.
Okay.
And so that kind of took some time. And I shouldn't have, like, if I put this show first, like I should, I would have not read Kingdom Come. I would have read more books for today's talk, and then, maybe Kingdom Come on the weekend. Here's the thing, though. There's a new audiobook for Kingdom Come that's on Spotify. And it's not just you can't read comics like you would reading out a book on an audiobook, right? So they have to, like, rewrite it.
Okay.
To make it like an audio play, right?
Nice.
And so if you listen to it, it's an audio play. It'd be like a radio show.
Oh, nice.
That type of thing, right?
Okay.
Because in comics, like, you don't have that narration that you would in books, right? So it's really good, but I got about halfway before I realized, is this scene in the comic? Like, I kept asking myself, because I don't remember it. Is this piece of dialogue in the comic? So then I was like, okay, I'll go back to the comic, read it. And then when I figured out, it is in the comic, I just haven't read it in so long. The little bits of information, because there's so much in that comic, I've forgotten. So I listened to the audio book and then read the real book. And then,
this might, no one come at me. I have never read Kingdom Come.
Huh.
I need to change this.
Yeah.
It came up earlier, last week, I think. I was talking to somebody and they were like, you haven't read that?
That's interesting.
I need to read it.
Here's the thing. It is jam-packed with not only, like, dialogue, but characters. And then, like, in the background, there are characters. And so, like, you can read it every single time and get something new out of it. But Kingdom Come, I read when I was, like, a kid, and it was one of my first comics. Like, in a way. So there were things that I read in Kingdom Come that I didn't know about the greater DC universe. Because there's little things here and there, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't know who Vandal Savage was.
Right.
I was just like, this is just a bad guy, you know? Or, like, in the back of Kingdom Come, I don't know if you, like, how much you've seen, but in the back of Kingdom Come, there's, like, group shots with numbers, and at the bottom it has the number and the character name and,
the character,
a one-sentence blurb about him.
Oh, cool.
And I was like, who are these people?
All these folks, yeah.
And some of them are original characters, but some of them are legacy characters of characters that I've never heard of when I was 10, you know?
Right, yeah.
So, I get a lot more out of it now, sure, but also, like, it really expanded my idea of what the DC universe was.
Yeah, I think now, especially that I've, like, really kind of got into the DC universe. Just growing up, I was mostly Marvel, and I've kind of, as I've gotten back into comics, just stuck to what I know. But I've really branched out with DC over the past, I guess, year now. I think I would really benefit from reading it now that I have a bigger understanding of how that universe works and the characters that are involved. So I need to just go grab it.
I feel like when it comes to like alternate futures of the DC universe, um, I like there's two futures of the DC universe I like. That's the Batman Beyond future, and it's the Kingdom Come future.
Okay.
And like those are my two. So in my perfect world, the DC universe would be building up towards that, but not quite. Because something big happens at the end of Kingdom Come, and I'm like,
gotcha.
Well, I don't want that to happen.
Yeah. Everything but that.
Right. You know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like Alex Ross and Mark Waid, they really like put a lot of like, you could say put a lot of time and effort into some of these characters, or you could say no effort at all, but it's fun. Not in a bad way. For instance, in there's like a superhero, not a superhero bar, like a metahuman bar of like no-name metahumans that most of which are not in like modern DC comics. They're like created just for Kingdom Come future like timeline. But like how do you make it so crowded is like they have to just create original characters. There's a group of 5 village people but as superheroes.
Nice.
I think the Beatles, there's also like a Fab Four super group in the background, which is just the Beatles.
Yeah.
As superheroes. Like it's things like that.
That really just like fill it out.
Yeah. You know?
That's fun.
That's really fun. There's also a bad guy that is a cathedral. Like his suit is a building.
Okay.
So it's like it's super original and they're fun, but also like was there a lot of time spent on these characters or a little bit? I don't know. I'll tell you what, you read Kingdom Come because I want to do a book club Kingdom Come episode next year.
I'm on it.
You know?
Make it happen.
We can talk all about it. All right. So I went through my list, you went through your list. What's your pick of the week? Wait, before you say your pick of the week.
Okay.
Was it easy to pick a pick of the week?
Yes, I will say it was easy for me to pick my pick, but it was shocking. The book, I wasn't expecting to pick this book.
Okay.
So I will say that. And my pick of the week, Endeavor issue 2 from Distillery, Stephanie Phillips writing, Mark Lemming doing the art. This book rules. If you're unfamiliar with the premise, let me just tell you about it. It's basically Lord of the Flies, but these kids on a historic recreation of like a 1700s like sailing ship that's turned into like a luxury cruise kind of thing, and they're like going and they're with their parents, and something happens and only the kids are left on this boat, and they're just trying to make it. Stephanie Phillips is crushing it right now. I mean, first of all, like she's writing so much right now, and all of it has been super good. I'm super excited she's on Daredevil coming up next year, which is going to be sick based on everything else that I've read from her. Yeah. But it's just like the dialogue in this book is so good, and the way that the kids interact with each other is really interesting, and creating these like preteen like social hierarchies is really fascinating. Yeah, I think this book is incredible, and I haven't really heard many people talking about it, so I'd kind of put it off. But I read issue 1 earlier this week, and issue 2 came out, and I was, it's an incredible issue.
I didn't want to interrupt, you talking about it, but like Stephanie Phillips has been writing a lot, and I didn't realize how much. Shout out to Stephanie on TikTok, but like she's writing Planet She-Hulk. She's writing all new Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider. She wrote the Ghost Spider series right before that too. and she's also writing the upcoming Daredevil.
Phoenix.
We don't know whether she wrote Phoenix. We don't know whether Phoenix is coming back though, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure. They haven't announced what is coming, the full X-Men run.
They've announced like some of the series that are coming in Dark Tomorrow, but I don't think they've said all of them. But she's great. I didn't realize how much she was writing until I was doing research for best comics of 2025. It's hard to shout out the link to this, but if you're in the YouTube, youtube.com/The Keeg Show, I put the link in the chat. We're doing audience voting. Audience voting starts today and will end on December 26th. So get your votes in, because I had to do research on what has all these writers written, because we have a best writer category, and I was like, well, what have all of them written this year, very specifically like this year? And Stephanie Phillips did Grimm, did Endeavor, did Spider-Gwen, did Planet She-Hulk. I'm trying to look at what else is on the list, but we have a best writer category, and I tried to do the best I could by researching what exactly everybody's written. She wrote Binary, which is the Phoenix sister series in Age of Revelation. Endeavor, Life from Distillery.
Oh yeah, Life was awesome. If you haven't read that, so sick.
And then some stories in Women of Marvel, She-Devils, X-Men Hellfire Vigil, and then a book called Red Before Black. I think it's a one-shot. I could be wrong. But no, she's been busy. So
yep,
good for her.
Absolutely.
Endeavor though, is it just 3 issues?
It said so. We finished. Yeah. So Distillery usually does like 3 to 4 issue books. It says to be continued at the end of issue 2. So there might be more than 3. I'm not sure. It didn't say concluded, and I don't know how they would wrap up everything in just one more issue. But who's to say? Not me, because I don't know. But hopefully we can get some longer runs out of Distillery. I think if we could get to some 5-issue books, that would be really, really nice. Because I just want to live in these worlds a little bit longer sometimes. But I highly recommend checking this out, especially if you're into like a more literature type book. That kind of pulls references from stuff like Watership Down and Lord of the Flies, and has a little bit more of those kind of influences.
Just a downer of a book.
Dude, it's brutal.
I looked it up. There's only 3 issues, and
okay. Well, there
but the 3rd issue, there's really long breaks for Endeavor. The first issue came out October, 2nd issue came out December, 3rd issue comes out March.
Yep.
And then in June is the hardcover.
Okay, cool. Well, 3 issues, great.
Yeah,
you can pick it up. It's easy to read.
Here's a question. I mean, I haven't gone over my pick of the week yet, but since we're talking about 3 issues, X-Men: Age of Revelation. I haven't really been a fan of it, but at the very least, if you like certain series, there are 3 issues to wrap that like story up, and then they'll have like one Age of Revelation Omega issue, I guess, to finish off the crossover event. Have you been digging Age of Revelation? Not so much.
I
don't. And by the way, I don't think it's any of the writer's fault.
I don't think. Yeah, I think the main storyline, which takes place in Amazing X-Men, and then also kind of in Book of Revelation, has been really good. Jed McKay is writing both of those books, and I think both of those have been really solid. And I'm interested to see how they're going to finish up. And like Book of Revelation, this ended this week, and it kind of tees up kind of how this whole thing is going, and really sets Doug's plan, Revelation's plan for what he's doing. It really lays it out there. The tie-ins, take them or leave them, but most all of them have been some of them have been interesting enough to like warrant a read if you really care about those characters and what they're doing in a future timeline that's going to get rewritten.
Yeah, that's also the problem. It's
like,
hard to invest in these characters that are like, the timeline's getting rewritten. So
some of them have also just been like bad. I think the Laura Kinney Sabretooth, it ended, and I was like, that's what we did here. We did 3 issues of this. I did not enjoy. I got to the last page and I was kind of upset, actually. But the last Wolverine, which I did read, I think ended up being more consequential to maybe what's going to happen in the finale issue than originally what I thought. And it was fun read. I don't know that it had the weight that I wish it had if it actually does end up mattering for the finale, but it was still a fun read. But yeah, the rest of them, I mostly leave it.
yeah. I can't wait for what is to come.
I think that's what I'm excited about.
I'll jump back in, and it sucks because X-Men is my number one, right? But an interesting change of pace for this episode. Your pick of the week was from Distillery, Endeavor from Distillery. Mine is Exquisite Corpses number 8 from Image Comics.
2 indies for picks of the week. Look at us.
By the way, so we had audience nominations for best everything, best comics of 2025. And then right now audience votes are on, right? So, but with nominations, people were writing things in, and at least one person was just in everything they would nominate Image being like, oh, but Image isn't a real indie company. Like that was their like thing for every submission. Like that they aren't indie anymore. But I think Image is indie as far as like it's all creator owned stuff.
It's all creator owned, and they don't. I mean, I think. I understand when people say that. I understand what they mean, as it's just so big now. But like every book is creator owned. Like all of that stuff lives with those creators. They're not like editorializing like what people are putting out. Like that's an indie book, man.
Yeah, I definitely think so too. Also, like, I don't know, it kind of smells like, oh man, you made too much money, you're a sellout. And it's like, the art is still there, and they're not dictating the art, as a company. So good for them. Exquisite Corpses number 8 is my pick. I really like this issue for 2 reasons. The main reason is that it finally like picks up to what I thought the premise was, which was all out slasher fest.
Because this issue really delivered.
You read this one, right?
Oh yeah.
And my problem, and I've liked this series from the start, but my problem has been like the setup. They're spending a lot of time on the lore and the setup. And the premise of the book is like a serial killer, like bracket tournament, Yeah. And like only a couple of people died in the first however many issues, and now in this it's like, oh yeah, well everything's hit the fan now, right? So I do like this book and like what they're trying to set up. Also at the same time, is Exquisite Corpses an ongoing or is it a miniseries? Is it
That's a good
series?
Question.
Is it ongoing?
I'm really curious to find out, because I haven't seen anywhere. I also am bad at like looking up if things are like
information.
ongoings or not. Yeah, I just kind of was just like, yeah, whatever, it'll be what it is. Like it looks like they've only solicited at least 10 issues, but I don't know that it can like there's no way they're wrapping up in 2 issues.
Yeah, unless the write up says epic conclusion, or whatever.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
yeah, well, because like the thing about, I mean, the solicits only go as far as February, so it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, but that's also for a book like this. Um, they're not revealing too much, right?
Yeah, they're keeping stuff tight, which I appreciate too, just based on like the premise of the book itself.
Right.
Um, it's had a
Um,
lot of turns that I didn't expect.
yeah. I just think that they set up so much time in the first like 5 issues on like the backstory and the lore that it
Hmm.
makes me think like it doesn't, this either is an ongoing or it's going to be a series of series
Yeah,
because they
I
set
could
up way
definitely
too
see that.
much, you know?
Yeah,
Um
I mean, this happens so often. This is just the first one that we're seeing. Yeah, I think this could definitely become a world in and of itself.
yeah,
It's super easy.
yeah. Uh Shout out to Steve White 4533 in our chat right now saying that it's a limited series. Yeah, I mean, but how limited? And it's bound, if it's a limited series, like if it ends at 10 or 12 issues, it's bound to have a sequel. Like they are prepping this as a franchise. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Because the designs of each thing, they have a card game coming out, right?
Yeah, card game.
Like they're merchandising this. And so like this is Tiny Onion's kind of big mainstream title. They're very marketable thing. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they do a Netflix show on this, you know.
Yeah.
Um but the characters, especially in this issue, spoiler for Exquisite Corpses 8, but we have a character that dies and essentially hands off the mask and the gun, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, well, okay, now we got this set up. It has like there it's almost like it just this just started in a way,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, there's a lot in this issue that feels like, okay, this is leading up to something that's a lot bigger than what I feel like 2 issues. Like
Yeah.
uh it just feels like there's too much left, especially with just the way that the lone gunman kind of sets up this thing. And honestly, like him, yeah, we already said spoilers, but
Yeah.
him dying in this issue was like a the one of the first real big like, oh, okay, this is not like going how I thought it was with
Yeah.
the setup. Because obviously it was like,
It sets
oh,
him up
he's
as the
gonna be one
hero.
of the yeah, he's gonna be like the main guy.
Yeah.
Um so I really enjoyed that, like getting that bit of a turn that felt earned enough and kind of shakes things up a lot for this book, which have been waiting for, I think.
Yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, the premise of this is essentially the world, or at least the country, but I think the world is run by a bunch of rich people, and they essentially put on this like serial killer game every year to figure out who of the main power families gets to run the country for a year or something like that. And so
Hmm.
if you win the tournament, your killer wins the tournament, then you get to lead the country essentially in this like Illuminati style thing. Um every state picks a serial killer or a killer of some sort, because the lone gunman or whatever wasn't a serial killer, he was a soldier, and then they just
Yeah.
give him a bunch of like weapons that he can use. So they're all killers in different ways. Now a lot of them are serial killers,
Yeah.
and they all use different weapons and that sort of thing. Now, before we move on, my biggest complaint about Exquisite Corpses isn't even a story thing. I just don't like the name Exquisite Corpses because it doesn't describe what the book is.
Yeah.
Exquisite Corpses makes it sound like, is it like a gothic romance type book?
Hmm.
Someone's in love with a dead person, maybe.
Yeah.
Something like that. But at the end of this issue, I saw a tagline that was like, "Oh, that should have been the title." And on the bracket tournament, it said "Last Killer Standing." That should have
Oh,
been the name.
nice. Yeah, that's a good name.
And it's just a
That's a good
tagline
name.
at the end of their book for the bracket tournament.
Yeah.
It's like they should have called it "Last Killer Standing."
It's catchy, and it absolutely tells you what the premise is without even needing it.
Yeah.
I can kind of see like, okay, Exquisite Corpses is like vague enough that it's like, ooh, what's that? But also like you're saying, it doesn't really describe what's happening.
The only way I can see Exquisite Corpses being a good marketing choice is if they are expanding the franchise. Like, there's going to be different series and whatnot, and Exquisite Corpses is the umbrella for all these rando things and series and storylines that are going on. Because maybe not every storyline is the Last Killer Standing sort of thing.
That's true. That's true. We could get more info behind like the 13 or whatever. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Also, it's cool that this book uses like so many different writers and artists on issues, because it's like not just James Tynion. It's like, oh, there's like these other artists and writers coming in for issues, which is like kind of a cool thing, and it feels like this bigger umbrella that more people are playing in, or that was a mixed metaphor, this bigger sandbox that more people are like digging in and building, which is kind of a cool way to do a series, I think. Which also makes it feel like
it's something bigger, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I definitely think that this is going to be a franchise of some sort. In this issue, it's Pornsak Pichashot co-writing as well as James Tynion. So like, cool, good for Pornsak.
Yeah,
I've met Pornsak a long time ago. Back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, back. He won't remember me, but back when he was the editor of Vertigo towards the end. It was like lieutenant, maybe like not lieutenant. It was like, it wasn't editor in chief, but it was like one of the editors for Vertigo.
Cool.
Back in the day. Anyway, Exquisite Corpses issue number 8. Once again, if anyone's out there, like, comment, subscribe, follow, hop in the chat like Steve White 4533 did. Say hi, let us know. All right, so let's real quick, tell me about the 2 Age of Revelation books. I just want to get it out of the way. Not that they're bad, but like,
look,
I don't know. We talked about this already. It is what it is.
Last Wolverine, basically, the Wendigo from, I guess, the Wolverine book. I wasn't reading that book.
Yeah,
but
I was
basically
reading
that. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
He is trying to go and save Wolverine, who's been like brainwashed and turned into like the Angel of Death, basically, for Revelation, and has just been like murking people like crazy. Typical Wolverine brainwash stuff that we can't ever get away from. Just like, my guy.
Can someone get him a Magneto helmet or something?
Yeah. We need to stop with the Wolvie brainwashing. That would be great. It's played out. Yeah. But so basically, he goes with Kurt Nightcrawler and Alpha Flight character
Vindicator.
Yep. Thank you. To go and like kind of rescue him. Turns out Vindicator just wants to kill him. So in this issue, they finally get to Philadelphia. They come into contact with Wolverine, and he gets his arm cut off, and suddenly he remembers who he is.
Okay.
Yeah. But also, everybody else, spoiler, everybody else dies.
Okay.
And Logan is basically now like, I'm going to go and make all of these deaths of the people that I've killed and who died trying to save me worth it, and I'm going to get Revelation, basically, is how it ends. And then it's concluded in the finale. So that's
Yeah.
why I think like this book might actually have some, I mean, not really, but some weight in the finale, just because it seems like Logan is now not brainwashed, and is going to try to help kill Revelation, I guess.
Okay. Um. So I mean, we have that. We did have an audience nomination that this was a good series. So, you know, good 3-issue mini limited series. So somebody
Look,
nominated that. It is on the audience voting list
okay.
for
I
everyone.
think it definitely was one of the better Revelation books for sure, which I feel a certain way about most of them, but
Yeah.
I think it was fun. It was a fun book. Like the character was really fun. He called himself the Wonderful Wolverine, which is just like because he was like saving kids and stuff. Wendigo, the Wendigo
Yeah.
character. Uh, so it was a really fun read, and it had like a lot of lighthearted moments that I really enjoyed, especially his relationship with Kurt, which I am always a fan of seeing more Kurt. Um, but yeah, I think it's the nature of trying to cram character development and stories in 3 issues. It's really tough, especially like when they're not oversized like distilleries. So it
Right.
is like a lot left on the table, I think, for some of these series. But
Yeah. It's either too drawn out because it's just based off a premise, or no, like if you make it interesting, it's like how do you wrap it up in 3 issues? What is the point of getting attached if it's an
right,
amazing 3-issue limited series? Then great, but also I didn't get into comics for 3-issue stories. Like
right,
the reason I personally read comics is interconnected universes and just ongoing storytelling.
hmm
That's just, I mean,
yeah,
and some people don't like it, and that's okay. Then, like,
yeah,
there are different comics that do different things, but for me, I like Marvel and DC because of that.
yeah,
Because I can get attached, you know.
for sure.
But okay. How was
That makes
Book of
sense.
Revelation?
Uh, Book of Revelation was really good.
I skipped
We
through
finally
it,
get,
like I just kind of like,
yeah, yeah. We get an explanation of Doug's Revelation's plan. Basically, he wants to turn Earth into. He's basically trying to create another ego, the living planet, with himself being the kind of main uh, consciousness,
yeah,
which is kind of why he's been creating the land to do all that stuff, as we've seen in all of the things. He's kind of had the planet take over, which he's been helping curate. Um, he also curated the mutant virus.
mm.
He was the one who made that. So he is like, that was all a part of it. And
I just
all of that
assumed he was
was
behind it.
meant. Yeah, yeah. All of that was done to then like kind of make everyone susceptible to being like turned into
The
this
planet
one
like
entity. Yeah,
merge into the yeah.
merge into himself.
Huh.
But we get some good stuff. One of his courtiers was sent by Apocalypse to infiltrate and be a spy and try to, he thinks, kill him, which she does try to kill him. But turns out she was just there to make a gate so that Apocalypse and Charles could come deal with him. Spoiler alert, that was all a part of Ramsey's plan, Revelation's plan, I guess, because he for some reason needed them here to kickstart all of the gene manipulation stuff. I don't really know. They
Okay.
didn't explain why.
Did the little
He
kid
just
die?
said it at the end.
Mm. All right.
Yeah, he like killed her.
Okay. Um, I mean, it happens, but also like
Yep.
when they rewind time or whatever. Though I think there is a
It won't matter.
twist. Do you read Amazing X-Men?
Oh yeah.
They
I'm
mentioned.
curious about this.
Have we talked about where they were like Magneto was never sick, and they were like, oh,
hmm
that's kind of weird. But it's not that
hmm
Magneto was faking to be sick. The way they say
hmm
it is almost like there was never anything about that. So alternate
Yeah.
future.
That's what I'm curious about. I'm also curious about the fact that like this Cyclops is running around in regular Cyclops body
Mm-hmm.
right now in the normal timeline, and
Yeah.
also we're getting a Cyclops series in January.
You think there's
So
gonna
I'm
be
like,
two?
I don't know. I'm
What?
just
Yeah. What are the
curious to know
long-standing
what
ramifications
that's
here?
that's what I'm trying to figure out. Is it just like, oh, we wanted to do an anniversary to Age of Apocalypse, and so we did all of this, or is there actually going to be ramifications?
But
And
Age of
I'm
Apocalypse
I'm
has a
unsure.
series coming out soon called X-Men of Apocalypse. Did you read that one? So it was like issue 0 or alpha or whatever. Basically, the premise of
Oh,
that is they've been convinced by Sugar Man or somebody that the Age of Apocalypse, they've been trying so hard to avert the Age of Apocalypse future that their future is the real future and they need to amend the 616 timeline.
wait, yes, okay. I did read the issue 0, but I only got it because of a Peach Momoko cover, and then I was like, well, I have it, so I should just read it. But I didn't read the other issue, which I also bought, but only because there was a Daniel Warren Johnson cover.
Okay, that's fair.
But I didn't read it because I was like, I don't really care. But
But I figure like
okay, interesting.
You can't celebrate the anniversary with two whole like one big old crossover event and one series. Like,
Yeah,
pick one. But all right, that's fine.
pick one. Yeah, I mean, I think if you choose to read it, just read Amazing X-Men and Book of Revelation. I think there's the issue 0 that you should read, and then those series, and then the finale, and that's all you need to get the story.
Okay.
There's a lot of tie-ins that don't really matter.
Yeah, there's a lot. Absolute Flash number 10 from DC Comics, the Absolute DC universe. How'd you feel about this issue?
I liked it. I think this is one of those series that has been like a little like this for me. And every time I'm like, I don't know anymore, it like brings me back in. And I think this issue definitely was a bring me back in issue. A lot of action. I like where they're going with like the rogues being kind of more allies now to Wally. All of them except Trickster. I think yeah, I think this is a series that I think people will really enjoy reading collected. I will say that.
I also agree.
Yeah.
Because it definitely picked up pace, but I think that what it was lacking is like I love the Flash when there's a good supporting cast, and like in the
Agreed.
first 3 issues there really wasn't.
Yeah.
You know, it was like a runaway storyline, right?
Yeah.
Like he runs away, and that's what the story is. And so now we have the rogues, which I hope never turn bad.
I also hope that.
You know, and
yeah.
great. So like this issue was cool, and like this series has been picking up speed, but like I mean, it's not mind blowing.
Yeah.
Maybe next issue, because they kind of end this issue on something kind of weird, and I'm like, oh, huh,
yeah,
weird.
Yeah. That was a weird moment. I'm also like, I also think there's so many callbacks with the way that Wally continues to see different versions of himself happening all at the same time through the not Speed Force that he has.
Yeah. What they call it, the still point or something?
The still point, yeah. Which is interesting.
Yeah.
But I think again, it's just gonna read better once you are like, okay, I'm gonna read it all together, and then you can actually flip back to the pages. Oh, he's remembering exactly this moment, and a lot of that happened in this issue, especially once he gets back to the lab and starts remembering him being, or it's not remembering, he's actually seeing his past selves.
Yeah.
As like ghosts almost. It's like time ghost.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. I think that element of this series is what I'm like most interested in, and it is what's done the least. I think I want to explore that, which I hope the next issue will do. Now that he's kind of in this still point world place with other people that are have the Speed Force, not Speed Force.
Yeah. I mean, it is a little confusing, right? Like, Absolute DC can be a little confusing when you realize, like, it's not exactly the DC universe. So the rules and even the physics that we know,
Mm-hmm.
the Speed Force and whatnot, like, or the way magic works, like, it's gonna be different in this universe. But I do like this. I do like this series.
Yeah, I do too. It's one that I was tempted to drop that I haven't. I've only dropped one Absolute book, and it wasn't this one, so
Yeah.
I like it.
By the way, anyone out there who wants to vote for the best comics of 2025, again, if you're on YouTube, you can see it in our chat. But generally speaking, beacons.ai/The Keeg Show. And then the link, actually, that link is going to be different. I need to swap that link up. But anyway, the point being is go to there. By the time you guys do that, you'll be able to vote on this year, which also includes such categories as Best Absolute DC Book and Best Ultimate Marvel Book. I put those into the list.
I saw that. So go tell us it's Wonder Woman, and then we'll talk about it.
Everybody has
we'll tell you why you're right.
You know? Mine is Wonder Woman, but I understand
both of ours is Wonder Woman.
Yeah, but I understand, like, everybody has their, like, specific favorite. Like, a lot of people really love Absolute Martian Manhunter. And it's like, I liked it, but it's not my favorite. It's just not my, like, vibe, you know?
Yeah. I like it for reasons, for, like, all the opposite reasons that I like Absolute Wonder Woman and Absolute Batman. I like it because it's trippy and weird. But I wouldn't call it, like, my favorite, mostly because it's trippy and weird. But I think it's the most, like, creative, maybe. It's the most ambitious, maybe.
Definitely the most ambitious.
Yeah, and I can't believe that they made it, to be honest, because it's so out there. But it's great.
Yeah. Again, people have their like personal favorites. Like, you know, some people are really digging Absolute Batman, and like Absolute Batman's great. I think personally, what's underrated is Absolute Superman, because I don't hear too many people talking about Absolute Superman.
I agree. I think that book is doing some really cool stuff. Especially the things that it's saying. I think it's definitely the most political Absolute book, and it's saying some really cool stuff. I think people should not be sleeping on it.
Yeah. But yeah, no. The link has changed now in the beacons.ai/The Keeg Show, so you can click on there, find that Google form, and vote on what you think the best comics of 2025 are. All right, so there were 2 DCKO books that came out this week. One, both of which are part of All Fight Month. It's the 1v1 matchups, pitting, you know, hero versus villain versus villain. The first one, I think, the only reason they're listed round 4 and round 5 is because the backup story is in order.
Yeah.
Which deals with Darkseid having taken over Booster Gold's body, but the main story really doesn't affect, you know, how you, like, what order you read it doesn't affect the story. Might as well just start off with round 4. That is Cyborg versus Swamp Thing in the pages of Titans 30. You read this one, right?
Yep.
How'd you feel about this?
I thought it was a cool matchup. I mean, yeah, it's a cyborg and basically plant life. So that's like, okay, cool. We're gonna put these polar opposites.
Nature versus tech.
Yeah. So I like that matchup. I think, it was interesting. I wasn't expecting the resolution in that way, but I think how I feel about all of these fight books so far is that give me something that I'm not expecting. Like, there's not been a shakeup yet. Similar to, like, Exquisite Corpses, like, they haven't done that big shakeup where it's like, okay, we knew if Superman didn't win, like, that, like, we know he's gonna win in the first one, and then okay, Wonder Woman is probably, like, Wonder Woman is gonna win. Like, they're not.
Yeah.
unless you do something really interesting and flip it, which they haven't done yet. So I think, I think in this one, I was like, oh, it's like Swamp Thing's not going to win probably. And it just went with the thing that I was expecting, I think.
I was expecting Cyborg to win, which he did.
Yeah.
Because he's just the more popular character. But you can
Yeah.
argue that Swamp Thing is a literal elemental force. He's a literal force of nature. So,
Yeah.
power-wise, why wouldn't Swamp Thing beat Cyborg? So, I guess
Right.
I wasn't surprised that they picked Cyborg, because Cyborg's just a better name. On the flip side, the exact opposite happened in Zatanna versus Harley. So, exact opposite of who I thought was going to win for popularity.
Oh, interesting.
You read it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Harley was gonna win because Harley is the more mainstream character.
Yeah. I think my brain was like, well, so far the heroes are winning, so I guess with the exception of like Captain Atom versus Superman, which was 2 heroes, and then
what were the other 2 matchups? It was
Wonder Woman and Lobo.
Yeah.
What was number 3? What was number 3? Oh, Aquaman and Hawkman.
That's right.
Which again, that to me was the most boring one.
It was kind of boring.
It was like, okay, Aquaman's OP, and I guess he could just do whatever.
Yeah,
it's fine. But yeah, I think so. I was just kind of like, oh, I guess it's like mostly Justice League and Justice League adjacent folks so far.
I mean, so far the winners are essentially Justice Leaguers, because if you think about it, it's Superman, it's Wonder Woman, it's Aquaman, it's Cyborg, it's Zatanna.
Yeah.
Right? Is it a little bit boring? Yeah. Sure.
I just want a big upset, and I don't know that we're gonna get one.
I think we're gonna. Well, what are the remaining matchups?
We got Jay Garrick, Flash versus Guy Gardner.
I think Guy wins. I think he's the more interesting choice. I love Jay.
He is the more interesting choice, and he's the more like probably gonna do whatever he has to kind of character. So I think Guy's gonna win.
Yeah.
Then it's Lex and the Demon, which Lex is gonna win.
He's gonna outsmart him.
Yeah, exactly. And they have to have the one main villain that's gonna be there at the end, right?
And what's the final matchup?
Oh man, what is the final matchup? Who's the other characters? I'm gonna pull it up.
Yeah,
there's one more.
It's I don't know.
It is Joker versus Red Hood. That one, I imagine Jason's gonna win, but they could shake it up. They could shake it up.
I think it's gonna be Heroes versus Lex and Joker.
Okay.
Right?
I mean, they've been building that up, especially with what I'm not reading it, but like the way that they're pitting Lex and Joker together in World's Finest right now.
It seems like past storyline, but yeah.
Yeah. But they're like building those two up as like characters to think about. So I'm really, I think you're right. And it would be, I'm not the biggest Jason Todd fan, but it'd be interesting to see what that happens to his psyche after being killed by the Joker twice.
Again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, unless there's some like really, really crazy upset, Booster Gold's gonna get involved somehow, sure. You know? But then we also have the indie comic characters coming in.
Yeah.
What in some sort of one shot. So Superman's fighting Homelander. By the way, I'm gonna be what I will say is I will be very disappointed if Wolverine doesn't one shot Homelander, because Homelander is not that powerful.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Like it can't last a whole issue.
No, I don't.
It has to be like one page. I'm gonna be very upset if it's more than one page.
Yeah, I don't want. Also, I hate Homelander so much.
I hate him so much.
I hate. I have strong opinions about the boys in general, but I'm just like, ugh, don't do that to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, there's a lot of heroes that would beat Homelander. You don't have to be that powerful.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But, so that was Titans 30 Cyborg versus Swamp Thing, where essentially in the end, again, spoiler, it's just like Cyborg is like, I fight for my family and the love that I have and my friendship and whatever. And then Swamp Thing's like, cool, that's all I need to know. Have fun.
You win now.
The power of friendship, you proved yourself, I guess. It was fine. What I did like was him choosing his alternate forms. And so you see all the different cyborgs that have happened, but also like ones that haven't happened.
Yeah.
I
do think that's a cool, like, a lot of good Easter eggs from those sections where they can see like all these different versions of themselves. I do really enjoy that aspect of the rules for this particular rounds of the fighting. I think it's like a cool thing.
Did Aquaman and Hawkman didn't do that though, right?
No. that book felt like they just were like, okay, these two characters have to fight, but we're not going to really care about the rules. It changed like the location. They changed the location like they have in all the other ones, but they didn't really change forms that much.
No.
I think Aquaman, maybe he got empowered by the spirit of the god and then lost. So I don't know what that. Yeah, Hawkman did, and so I don't know what that says about all of that. But
I don't know. But how'd you feel about DCKO Harley versus Zatanna?
I loved it. I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it. I thought both of the characters were really well written. It made Harley enough Harley, fun and brutal, but still like with some heart there. I thought the art was great in that book. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was also kind of a cheapo ending, right? I forget what
happened.
Yeah,
I mean, it was
like the end.
I mean, it felt like the exact same as the Swamp Thing one, where she was like, "Oh, I just wanted you to get mad enough to beat me so that you can win." I was like, okay.
Everybody seems to be trying to like make the other person prove that they deserve to go on.
Yeah, instead of trying to win themselves, which is like weird.
But all right, that's fine.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
You gotta weed them out, I guess.
We'll move on.
Yeah.
I didn't get to read this next one, but you did, and Black Panther Intergalactic, issue number 1. Was it good? Was it not good?
I enjoyed it. I think it sets up an interesting kind of mystery. So basically, this is falling out of the Imperial series, which if you read the Imperial, you'll kind of know what was going on there. So big war between all these different space empires. Doesn't really matter for the sake of this, but it was really interesting. Black Panther finds himself on this mystery planet filled with all these different monsters. Shuri is trying to find him because he's disappeared after declaring himself emperor again at the end of Imperial. So M'Baku is no longer the emperor or the ruler. So there's some political dynamic happening now that they're like, okay, well, he declared himself emperor, and where is he? He's gone again. So that's really interesting. And then, just setting up this mystery on where he is. It's kind of Savage Landy, and we even see some Savage Land characters.
Okay.
That aren't them. So yeah, I don't know how many spoilers I want to give if you're interested in reading it.
I will read it. I'm just wondering, like, it didn't make your top pick of the week, so
it didn't. It was one that I was like really excited about just because I love Black Panther, one of my favorite characters. in general, and I'm just excited to see like a new Black Panther book. So it was good. It focused a lot on Shuri trying to figure out where he might be, and then also some of the political dynamic, which I'm always a fan of, the infighting and intrigue. And there was a pretty interesting cliffhanger at the end. So I am definitely going to keep going with it. And yeah, I thought it was good, especially if you like Black Panther.
I mean, I do. Also, there's a cover art that I really want as a poster. It's that kind of vibrant colored one with the design.
Oh, yeah.
It's like red and blue and yellow. That one's a cool poster. All right, we got a couple more comics that we gotta get through.
Cool.
You read Planet She-Hulk #2?
Yep. Love it.
Yeah, I liked it. The art is good.
Art is really good.
The art is really good. This is also written by Stephanie Phillips. I didn't know that I was interested in this story until issue 1. Like, I read issue 1 and I was like, oh, okay. Because I don't know. I'm just not really a fan of Planet Hulk or Hulk in general. Like, I like certain storylines, but that's it, you know?
Yeah.
But this one's good. It's kept my interest.
Same. I mean, I'm not huge on Hulk, but I like Stephanie Phillips. And also, if there is a Hulk that I like, it's She-Hulk. So I thought it was interesting. And the intrigue and the way that they balanced the, like, Game of Thrones,
I was about to say
like,
Game of Thrones, yeah.
Kind of fight for control over this planet has been really good. And the art is incredible. And it's still funny and fun at the same time. Yeah, she's just crushing it right now. So,
yeah. You read Alien vs. Captain America #2?
Yep.
This one was almost my pick of the week. I just thought it did exactly what the premise set up, right?
Yep.
And so, because in the first issue, like, not very many people die. In the second issue, oh yeah, a lot of people do.
Yeah. I love this. I think it's great. I've been enjoying it. I'm always a fan of Cap books, and this is fun. I love Alien, so that's also a plus. And just like you said, they don't hold back in this issue, and there's lots of aliens, and there are lots of people dying. Plus, we get some like cool page turn that I did not expect with some Kree coming in. That was really cool. I was like, oh shit. It had an oh shit moment for me, which was cool. So I really liked it.
The Kree sentries, they remind me of 2 things before I realized that they're a Kree sentry. One is a sentinel. Actually, 3 things.
Yep.
I actually thought it was Arnim Zola, but it's not. Then I thought it was a sentinel, but I was like, no. And then I thought it was a celestial, and it's not. And then it's a Kree sentry. Okay.
Yep. I was like, is this some weird Kang? I could not figure it out until I was like, oh, no.
But then I remembered, because they're in like Ultimate Alliance or something video game. I'm not a big Kree fan, but like, but you know, I remember them from video games.
Yeah.
All right, we got to do quick reviews. The Mortal Thor issue #5. I didn't read this one, but I read the first like 3 issues.
Okay. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the series. I think it's great. If you read the Immortal Thor run, it is kind of picking up on right where that left off. So it started with #1, but it's just continuing that story. And we finally get some more Thor Sigurd Donald Blake interaction and some really good Odin Loki stuff in this issue, because Odin has now come down from Valhalla and is kind of going to be doing some stuff. So great issue. Really enjoy this series. I think it's awesome.
Cool. You also read the ThunderCats holiday special?
I did. Surprisingly, a much meatier story than I was anticipating, being a holiday special. Super fun, but also just had like a really good like one-shot story that kind of had to do with just keeping your family close and making sure that you tell them you love them.
Awesome. Cool.
And it's ThunderCats. I love ThunderCats. Great.
Batman Superman World's Finest number 46 came out. You didn't read this one, right?
I did not know.
Okay. So I mean, it's a story from their past. Lex and Joker have merged. Batman and Superman, in order to fight them, have also merged. It's just very shenanigans. A lot of shenanigans.
Okay, yeah.
So it's like, it's not going to change your life reading it, but also it's not going to ruin your life reading it, you know? So have fun, I guess.
Cool.
Also a book where I'm like, well, have fun. Did I understand the ending of Superman the Kryptonite Spectrum with issue number 5? Did I understand it? I think I understood it, unless there's more to it than that. And I think there is more to it than what I can process. Weird ending. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, okay.
Are you reading this one?
No, I think that was one I was gonna I was trying to save my pull list, and I'll read it once it's all collected.
Yeah, that's fair. Wonder Woman number 28. I mean, the art is amazing. I just don't know what the point of this run is. Like, the art again is amazing, but like, yeah, I'm just having trouble figuring out like what is the point. You know?
Is that Tom King still on that book?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of folks say a similar thing about that right now.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, I'm okay with Tom King, like just like any other writer, you know. But I mean, I like some things and I don't like some things. I'm gonna take a critical eye on this, right? So, like, I don't know what Tom King's point is with this Wonder Woman run, you know.
Fair.
So maybe I'll figure it out later. It is what it is. Oh, and then Nightwing 133. I never knew that I wanted a Nightwing Martian Manhunter meetup before this, because I don't even remember last time I've seen them meet up. But it was good. There's not much to this issue. It seemed like a setup issue.
Okay.
I know there's a couple more books for you. How was TMNT Casey Jones number 3?
So good. So good. Love this series. It's great. Super fun. They're trying to find a guy that's been kidnapping mutants and then basically hunting them most dangerous game style. And yeah, we get some good rap stuff in there. We get a good Jose Canseco bat joke callback to the original movie. So that was fun. Yeah, it's a great book. The art's really fun, and if you like Ninja Turtles and specifically Casey Jones, I highly recommend it.
Okay, cool. And then last but not least, I think it's just Black Cat number 5.
Yeah, super fun series. I don't see anybody talking about this. I think it's great. Kind of pulls right out of the mainline Spider-Man book. So they talk about some of the stuff that's happening in Amazing Spider-Man. But it's great. I like what they're doing with her character. She's kind of being a good guy, sort of, but also like trying to figure out who she is. I think the writing's really good and really strong in it. And this was a great issue. I think it's fun.
Cool. I think that's everything that we read this week.
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything else.
While I got you, I want to thank you. Thanks so much for coming on the show, Joshua. Taking time out of your Thursday night to talk about comics, talk about everything that we read. Anyone out there who wants to follow Joshua. Joshua, where can people find you? What do you got coming up? Anything you want to plug?
Joshua Stephen Ling on Instagram and TikTok. We've got the best of show. That's what I want to plug. Coming up next week.
December 28th. Sunday, December 28th, 12 p.m. So noon Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. So
yeah,
we're gonna
wait.
Yeah, we're gonna have a stacked Comic Talk crew. More than just a couple of us, and then we're also gonna be reading out what the votes were like for the audience vote. So first step, go vote. Second step, tune in on December 28th.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm super stoked.
Yeah, I'm excited for it too. For anyone out there who has yet to follow us on social media, follow us at The Keeg Show. The Keeg is the umbrella that the Comic Talk is part of, alongside a couple other podcasts that we do. But The Keeg is where you can find us. TikTok and Instagram are our two biggest ones. The Keeg Show on TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, all that stuff. At The Keeg Show / The Keeg Show, wherever you can find The Keeg, we are there, including patreon.com / The Keeg Show. Looking forward to new content coming out there. I'll keep you guys posted on that. Vote for the best comics of 2025. Definitely go to comicshoplocator.com, find a comic shop near you, support a local comic shop, support your local public libraries. If you're watching us live, you're watching on youtube.com / The Keeg Show, or maybe you're listening to the podcast wherever your podcast from, whether it's Spotify or Apple Podcasts or iHeartRadio or Audible, Amazon Music, SoundCloud. We are out there. So, do what you can there and, listen to the show, digest the show. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, write a review. Let us know you're out there. Shout out to Steve White 4533, who just hopped into the chat to say that Exquisite Corpses was a limited series, and that's okay. Steve White made their mark great, put their mark on this show. We upload a lot of new clips, so if you want to see clips of this show, follow YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. That's, I think, where we put all these clips up. That is pretty much it. Thanks so much, Joshua. Thanks so much, everybody else out there. Once again, I am your host, Dimithri Perera, and this has been another episode of Comic Talk for the week of December 18th, 2025. See you guys next week.